Have you ever just spent hours, maybe even days, just trying to make up a single decision? Hi, I'm Pansky, and welcome back to the episode as usual. Here I am talking about not being able to make up decisions, and I haven't uploaded in about a month almost because I have not been able to make up a decision on what to talk about. So I came here to talk about what not to talk about or what I can't talk about. Making decisions is really hard for me. Should I do this? Should I do that? Always these indecisive things. I'm indecisive as I know what I want, but I don't know how I'm going to get it. Like, some people are just indecisive. They just want to know what they want. And the rest of us stuck in this endless loop of overthinking. I'm always second guess, replaying every single possibility in my head. And I think that's what a lot of us do. But why does this happen? Why are some people just like freezing up to make up decisions, even small ones? And what if the real problem isn't just we're not just isn't what we're deciding. It's like, think about making decisions itself. I'm not struggling with trying to find something. I'm not struggling with, it's like, I know what I want. Let's just find a little example. Drinks. You're like, oh, do I want apple juice? Do I want orange juice? Let's say you like all these options. It's not you don't know what you want. It's the whole thing is like, there's so many options. I want the best one, but they're all equally good for me. Sometimes I overthink. What if I drink this? What if my stomach gets hurt? You think of all these possibilities that keep happening, and that's it. That's really it. Decisions are not hard to do. For myself, it's just, do I want this one more? Well, people like this. That's why I'm doing these episodes. I'm trying to think of something that you guys would want to listen to, want to hear, and actually, see and agree with this. I don't have really much of a visual stuff going on, and so I'm trying to do that more better and possibly, but I work now a lot. So it's the hard parts of things of like, I gotta think of this. I gotta do this quickly. Gotta make an episode, but I can't think of what I want. The one thing that I do want to mention is like, I don't know. I really don't know how to go upon this episode. I haven't really thought about this that much. But I can tell you one thing, is I always envy people who just pick something and roll with it. There's parts of my life that I'm able to just go, yeah, let's do that. Okay, sure. I could be okay with it, but like, I don't know how. Most of the time, people just do it. And I realized that indecisions isn't just about being unsure. It's about the pressure of like, sometimes you just want to be perfect. You don't want to mess things up. You don't want to do all that kind of crap where you're like, oh no, I don't know what I'm gonna do this morning. I haven't thought about that. It's not that, it's just I don't know. I really don't know. So today we're gonna be just talking about it. The whole problem with myself and a lot of others, and about not being able to make decisions. It's a struggle. It's a struggle. It's not a big thing, but it's a real big, like, oh, this could be so much easier. This could have been so much easier for me if I just knew simple things about overthinking. The first thing I want to talk about is the real decisions, like the real reason we struggle with these decisions we make. 3 things, easy peasy, lemon squeezy, I'm going to tell you. You know it. You can probably say along with me. You don't want to make the wrong choice. What if I regret it later? Missing out, aka FOMO. If I pick one thing, what am I giving up? And 3, judgment. What will people think if I choose this? Times 2 are in play, 3 are in play, or just one. One thing. The wrong choices we all think about a lot. We don't want to make the wrong choice. You regret it. And if you miss out on some things, you regret it. And if you get judged, you're probably gonna regret doing that. You don't want to regret this stuff. It's the whole entire thing about missing out or fear of picking the wrong thing. You don't want to be judged in any way. You don't want to be hated in any way. And that's what's the problem with me. You don't want to be hated. I don't want to be hated. I don't want to pick something that's boring. Because I know I'm a small channel. I don't have much. But I still want to provide something that's actually, you can just sit down and have it in a different tab. Like, I don't really mind if you just listen to me in the background. I'd rather have that than anything else. I just don't want to pick the wrong thing where it's like, oh, this is boring. Let me do something else. That's the thing. I don't want to make it boring. And we always try to like perfection. You want to be perfect. I want no one to hate me. That's not possible. Everyone's going to hate you at one point. Not like everyone. I mean, like most people. You're not going to appease to everyone. There's always going to be a group or some people that don't like you. And we're always trying to overanalyze every possible outcome before acting out or doing anything, because you're so afraid of people being like, why would he say that? Why would he do that? I don't create that. And the one thing here is like, I want you to talk. I want the comments. Like, if you have any questions or anything you want to talk about, any episode ideas, leave it down below. I really want to do it. One thing I can't do is like other types of stuff. Like one of my friends suggested crime and stuff. I can't do that stuff. I know I won't, because it's something I have never been interested in, is the crime stuff. I can listen to it, but I can't really do it. So another thing I do have to talk about is like we convince ourselves that we need more time and just avoidance stuff. That's the thing I do. I say, oh, I just need more time. I can think about this. And sometimes I don't get time. I don't get time to do things I want. I want to make these episodes. I want to talk, but I don't want to plan it out, because when I plan it, it's just like, oh, I miss this. I misspeak a lot. Anyone that watches this knows that I stutter. I don't plan this. I don't cut out anything. Only thing is I cut out is silences. Like I make sure I pause my mic, I mute it, and I just sit back and I wait, think about something and go back to it. Not overthinking, I just need time to think, you know? Sometimes we need things just to pause and do all that stuff, but it's hard. We always got external and internal pressures we get on ourselves. External ones like social media and like comparisons or like harder choices. Am I making the right decision for me? Because they look good to others. Like, you don't have to wear something because everyone else is, but you don't want to be that one guy in the Speedo outfit in the middle of a park. That's what you don't want to be. There's obviously good choices and bad choices. You don't want to be seen as a weirdo in public, but you got your own mental energy and stuff, like overwhelming, like, oh, I don't want to mess that up. I feel like I'll look fool. If I can't, I don't know, open this jar of pickles. Home Alone, you're home alone. If you can't open that, you feel bad. You feel like you're weak. You can't open it. Now you just stop. Like, oh, that sucks because I wanted pickles today. It's that kind of stuff. Decisions. You got to decide if you're going to keep going or stop. It sucks. And I think a lot of us assume we feel like 100% sure before making a decision. We want to assume that we feel 100%, you know? But what if certainty is a myth, more or less? Like, what if it's like waiting for a right answer is just keeping us stuck? We're always sitting there just waiting. Like, hey, I'm always certain that I could do this. I'm certain that I could just do this right now and make an episode and shove it out on this YouTube channel and expect people to like it. No, not everyone's gonna like it. And I'm waiting for the right answer. How would I know the answer unless I do it? That's the thing. You don't know unless you do it. It sucks because you gotta keep overthinking. I hate our brains. Brains suck in some ways. It's good, but it just sucks. You're like, man, why do you have to overplan stuff? If you've seen Inside Out 2, you would know anxiety and stuff is the one emotion that keep us away from everything, holding the controls. So I feel like that's just not me. It's the majority of people. Decisions are good and bad, but right now I'm going for the bad. You know, you lose time, you increase your anxiety takes over half the time, and you lose your trust in yourself most of the time. And that's what the problem that happens to me. I lose my trust. I would love to be able to make decisions quickly and trust my instincts, but over time, when you keep second guessing and you've messed up, you don't want to do that. You like, oh, okay, I don't trust my instincts, because who here, just let me know, who here has trusted their gut and well, yep, that's a good decision, and then gets immediately told by everyone else or yourself, and it just doesn't work out, and you're like, damn, I should not trust my gut anymore. Like, I guess my gut feeling sucks. Who here does that? That's me. I do that a lot. We trust our gut, and it fails so miserably. Let's say you lose that like gut feeling for like a week. You're like, I gotta, let's not trust my gut like that. And then those scenarios, let's say in this one game or family event, I don't know, I trust my gut, messed up, okay, so you learn from it, and then a week from now, you do the same thing, you're like, okay, I trust my gut in this one, and then it messes up again, it gets a bad decision, you get judged, you're like, okay, so that's just a coincidence, you go coincidence, okay, 2 things in a week span, not that bad, but it keeps happening. Then, over time, you lose your gut feeling. Then you start overthinking on stuff. Then, that could lead to lost time. Your opportunities will pass if you keep deciding, oh, I don't know, I guess I don't know. Getting yelled at. I think a lot of us have the problem with like our childhood, is being yelled at for making decisions wrong. That's a thing that a lot of us here either grew past or grew up from, but everyone here has had parents that like, you're a kid, obviously, you're not gonna make the perfect decisions. As an adult, you gotta be able to know how to handle that as your kid. Like, hey, it's a learning lesson. But some parents just yelled at their kids for making bad decisions. Like, okay, I'm trying to lick the outlet. Like, why are you yelling at me for? I'm just kidding. But you know what I mean. We obsess with like over choices that could be just so simple though. And being yelled at as a kid, we're just like, what? Well, okay, so now you don't know. Your anxiety goes up because now the longer you wait, the more pressure builds up on us, obviously. We all know that. But it's just hard. It's just really hard to go through everything because we all experience overthinking and not be able to plan stuff like where to eat, what to wear, how to respond to a message, or when to respond to a message. I myself don't know how to respond to messages that much. It takes me time because I overthink. I always overplan. I can respond quickly, but dumbly. But a lot of us, here, I'm about to call a lot of us out. Ready? You're gonna be mad, maybe. We're waiting for a sign. We're always waiting for someone else. Hope is something external will help you decide or decide for you. And that's where I'm gonna talk about one thing that I know a lot of us are hating right now is AI. AI does the thing where it decides for you. It's really good for simple things. Like, hey, I have this idea. I can't really think about it. Like, can you help expand on this one thing? Tells you more information. It's like, wow, information you couldn't find, you've been searching for. Easy. That's something we should use it for. Helping us think for more ideas to plan, like research-wise. It can help us do that stuff. But what I don't like is this creativity's part of it, where it steals from other people. You can't just take other people's work and call it your own and say you're good at it. You can't do that. And that's the thing that it's like kind of going into decision. We rely on other things to do our stuff for us now. And we're gonna lose our own selves, our own worth half the time because of this. But another part is you say, I don't know, about the things you do know. That's the one thing that I feel we all do a lot, is you say you don't know. Oh, I don't know. But you know, deep down, you really do know that you know what you're talking about. Even something like someone mentions something you're passionate or know a lot about, but you don't want to interrupt or put the spotlight and be wrong about one thing and get clowned upon it. So you're just afraid to admit that you know, and you just go, I don't know. That is the thing. It sucks. It's a really thing. The truth is not choosing is still a choice. A lot of times we don't realize how much we're actually losing by just waiting. But saying no is better than saying, oh, I don't know. Just no, yeah, go, cut to the chase. A lot of us do that, and it's a good and bad thing. We just go, yeah, no, ones or two. But now we got the zero. I don't know. It's a pick. I don't care. So that's the thing we do a lot. And since you're watching this, usually episodes and podcasts and stuff, try to give you advice. So I'm going to do that myself. Am I good at it? No. Will I try? Yep. But let's just think. How can we do better at making decisions? Let's just think. Let me think. Every decision obviously has a pro and con. Obviously, we know that. Perfection isn't real. There's no perfect thing out there. And instead of asking what's the right choice, let's try thinking, what's a good enough choice for me and maybe someone else? What's a good enough? It's not perfect. Instead of being I don't know what to pick. Just, what's that? 50-50. Pick one, random. That's what I've been learning to do most of the time. If I have a choice, hey, do you want this or this? If I don't know, I go, option one. Just one. I pick one most of the time. And if I'm feeling really spicy, I pick two. So it's not really much. And a lot of us don't set deadlines for ourselves. That's a time manner thing. Give yourself a deadline. So it says, hey, if you don't decide within blank, go with their gut. If you don't decide in blank, do this. I don't know. I just think of stuff. Do small decisions. Don't talk about should I have a child? Should I have a baby? That's a big decision. You need to talk to yourself for days, weeks, months, years maybe to yourself to really decide. That's a big decision. Small ones are do I want an egg sandwich or do I want eggs with bacon? That's a small decision. Which one do you want? Which are you craving? Are you willing to put the effort into the both? That's it. And the one thing is I want you to trust yourself without the outside noise. No one's going to judge you if you're by yourself. You're going to judge yourself. And that's not really much of a judgment. That's just pity points for yourself. I don't know. But I really want you to just go and trust your gut. Oh, wait, screw everything else. It's not going to be really forgiven. Just to go, screw it. Here's all my gut feelings. I'm going to shove it out of people. But that's it. But how many times are you going to actually regret a decision in the long term? Possibly. Let's think. How many times are you actually going to regret these decisions long term if you don't decide to go to McDonald's or Burger King? You won't remember after an hour of eating. You won't. That's a small decision. Who cares? No, you don't care. You won't remember that decision. What you will remember is having a baby. All right? You will remember that, I promise you, for a very long time. But that's it. And I want to challenge you as I try to done a little questionnaire at the end. Is there something, that you've been stuck in for way too long? here's a challenge. Make a decision by the end of today. You gotta do it by today. Even if it's not perfect, even if it's not 100% sure, just do it. If you have an option of, let's say, 1 through 10, pick 3. If you have an option 1 through 2, like 1 or 2, pick 1. Doesn't really matter. Just pick. Just go with a lower number. That's for me. But hope you guys enjoy, and I hope to make more episodes later. I'm gonna probably edit this and put some like Subway Surfers on because, you know, retention is a little lower on this. So gonna try to help myself out and help you guys out with another episode soon. But I hope you guys enjoy your day, and toodaloo.